So, some audio of Michael Bloomberg speaking at the Aspen Institute in 2015, saying some very racist things with regards to the stop and frisk policy that he had used as the mayor of New York City that greatly impacted communities of color and basically, terrorized them in a huge way, and it was a huge violation of civil rights, not to mention being hugely just racist and horrible on every level. He was a huge advocate and champion of that. And so Benjamin Dixon on Twitter uh, posted some audio of this racist remarks by Michael Bloomberg, and it's kind of blowing up in the media. So let's see what CNN says about this and just kind of look at the lens and frame that the reporter is using.
Surfacing on social media today, putting the spotlight once again on his controversial stop and frisk policing policy when he in the 2015 speech, Bloomberg aggressively is defending that policy using some pretty blunt language. Listen to this.
Pretty racist language, you should have said.
95% of your murderers, and murder victims fit one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They are male minorities, 15 to 25. That's true in New York, it's true in virtually every city. And that's where the real crime is.
Well, whether or not it's new, opponents are going to seize on this sound because it really presents some stark terms, and it gives
stark terms. Bloomberg's an overt racist. What he was saying there was overtly racist. I don't know how you could stark terms. Call it what it is. Don't use this. Don't try to couch it in this phrase. That's ridiculous. It's horribly racist.
Fans the flames of critics who call him a racist. Listen to this clip.
For all the cops in the minority neighborhoods, yes, that's true. Why we do it? Because that's where all the crime is. And the way you get the guns out of the kids' hands is to throw them against the wall.
That's just not true, and just horribly racist again. Most of those stops yielded nothing, no weapons. Most people aren't out there just going around carrying weapons. And even if they were, you need probable cause. This was a violation of people's civil rights, unreasonable search and seizure. This was horrible, horribly authoritarian, horribly racist, and not effective. If you really want, I'm not even saying that, there's a lot of, the crime does happen, but you gotta look at the societal causes of it when it does. Locking people up, trying to throw them against the wall, this horrible racist stop and frisk policy isn't going to curtail crime or help anything. It's just going to feed into the prison industrial complex and then increase recidivism rates because of our horrible criminal justice system. Once you get caught up in it, it's very hard to escape it in a lot of ways. There's, the United States incarcerates more people than any country in the world, but we're the land of the free. Both of those things can't be true at once. He's just horrible, and he bought his way into the election, spending $350 million of his own money on ad buys because he's a billionaire oligarch, and it allows him, our corrupt and just bankrupt political system allows him to do that, to spend unlimited amounts of money to get himself into the presidential race. He's currently around 15%, usually third in a lot of these national polls because of these huge ad buys he's doing, just blanketing the airways with just his stupid, ridiculous propaganda. Stop and frisk. He supported George W. Bush 2004, his re-election after the Iraq War and all of that. He was a Republican for a long time and just has horrible, regressive policies, and he would do the bidding of the billionaire owner class, and obviously we don't need that. We need a transformative candidate who's going to take on the status quo and make sure that the government starts working for the working people again and not the billionaire, Wall Street class.
So here's the thing. Important context here. We don't have the full tape, so this is obviously.
So originally I got this from Sam Cedar because I watched his analysis of this, and you Google CNN reporter, not sure what your name is. I'm sure you can probably access the laptop, Google. I think CNN probably gives you those resources. If not, you could get a library card, go to a library, do a Google search on your cellular phone, and type in Michael Bloomberg 2015 Aspen Institute speech videos. This is what comes up. This is the whole speech. You need the context. Here's the context. It starts at, 43:27. So here's some context for you, CNN person who's totally inadequate at your job. But because for a reason, maybe you want to get a job at Bloomberg at some point. See? This audio is not good, but this is it.
People say, "Oh my God, you are arresting kids for marijuana."
So fucked up. And again, nobody should be getting arrested for marijuana. That shit needs to be legalized like yesterday. Bernie Sanders pledged to do it first day in office. Okay? By the end of the first day, legalize marijuana. Yeah, so ridiculous. And this is only not that long ago, 2015, for God's sakes. Bernie Sanders was marching during the civil rights era. You have Michael Bloomberg in 2015 defending this horribly racist and destructive and problematic stop and frisk policy that was has been hugely just harmful to communities of color in New York City and elsewhere. If it's been implemented elsewhere, to have those same negative consequences as well. You really want to tackle crime, you look at the societal causes that lead to it happening more often. Like lack of a social safety net, social bonds totally deteriorating, high rates of income inequality, people just stuck in dead-end jobs that they don't really have any hope of improving in any real tangible way. So again, either the people in mainstream media who we need to get the context, the whole context of this video, what was said before, what was before, after, because I didn't want to do a simple Google search. I didn't want to put in just literally 30 seconds of effort, either because I'm just totally inept or because I don't want to shed too harsh of a light on the truth with regards to Michael Bloomberg's horribly racist policy, because he has a lot of money and power and Bloomberg News. So either way, horrible job, CNN's take. Bloomberg was horribly disqualifying before this. This tape is just more evidence. I mean, he's a billionaire oligarch. He bought his way into the race. Horribly racist, regressive policies. He would just do the bidding of the billionaire owner class, because that's what he is and that's what he supports, and just has horrible racist, regressive policies. And again, Bernie's the only choice if we are truly concerned with radically transforming the United States in a positive way, which in my opinion we greatly need. We need things like Medicare for all, because we don't need 30 to 45,000 people dying each year because they don't have health care. That is insane. We have 500,000 people going bankrupt due to medical debt. Medicare for all just makes sense, ethical and a moral, as well as a fiscal level, and as well as things like criminal justice reform, like legalizing marijuana, ending cash bail, things like that. And this is the type of policies that Bloomberg would implement as president. So horrible. He should never been in the race. He should drop out and maybe help develop some green infrastructure with the fucking the billions of dollars that you have, or just give it away. Better yet, just give it away. Your decision making and the way you think and your mindset is horrible. Just give it all away. Keep what you need to live, like, a moderate level. Keep so you have 70 grand a year for the rest of your life. You'll be fine. Okay, and drop out and support Bernie 2020. Not the billionaires, but us. Not me. Us. Peace.